It's Auntie back here with Sleepyhead Timar. I told him, do you need to get up and jump about a bit? Do you need to go and splash your face? He's telling me he doesn't need to do anything. So my auntie is going on with the lesson and you see he there dropping sleep. Remember he told me he doesn't need to do anything. So it's our composition exercise, describing people. So it's this old time thing. Give me the old time thing. Remember these old bucks that never fail me yet here? So it's important, as you always hear Auntie saying, you want to make those compositions interesting and exciting. You want to captivate your reader. You want people to be interested. They're dropping asleep. You want people to be interested in what you have to say. You have to have those adjectives. You have to describe people in a way like I am reading and I could picture. Like I could be here trying to describe Timar, like he's sleepy Timar and he's sitting down there and he's snoring and he's smiling and he's struggling to stay awake. He's not really struggling to stay awake. He's just giving into it, right? But I have to bring it over in a certain way that you, the reader, will understand how I'm here experiencing Timar. So I'm going to read some examples. This one is the description of Artful Dodger, which is taken from Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens. I really should have him doing the reading, but I'm going to do the reading. He was a snub-nosed, flat-browed, common. He's sleeping, let us believe that like when you're in a coma and you could still hear and be taking in things, let us believe that it's working out. He was a snub-nosed, flat-browed, common-faced boy enough, and as dirty a juvenile as one would wish to see. But he had about him all the airs and manners of a man. He was short for his age, with rather bow legs and little sharp, ugly eyes. He wore a man's coat which nearly reached to his heels. He had turned the cuffs back halfway up his arm to get his hands out of his sleeves, apparently with the ultimate view of thrusting them into the pockets of his corduroy trousers, for there he kept them. Right? So it says, notice that Dickens has told his readers something about Dodger's build. Build means his body, right? See how he told us that he's short for his age, he has bow legs, and so on. His forehead, his eyes, his nose, his clothes, his habits, and his manners. The next example. This is from Melda in a short story called We Shall Have a Lady by Barnabas Ramon Fortuné. I've never heard of him, but yeah. Melda was 8, a thin, undergrown girl with black skin and large, wonderful, wandering eyes. Yeah, he's sleeping. I talked to him and he's just sitting here sleeping. Always open.
He's sleeping because when you left, he'll be all the same when they both.
That is standard. That is standard. Auntie doesn't stress about these things in 2025. Oh, no, I do not. Oh, no, I don't.
If you do lessons,
as if suddenly startled from sleep on a Christmas morning. Her hair was arranged on her head in little plaits so that you could see the perfect shape of her round head, and between the plaits, the shining black-brown skull. Her nose was small and delicately molded. Her mouth, large in her narrow face, with thin lips like lines drawn by a fine artist's paintbrush, tapered tremulously at the corners, as if she would laugh at the slightest provocation. When writing a description of a person, you should mention first of all the most prominent features. In other words, what stands out about the person. So if somebody describing Auntie will probably say Auntie is very tall, Auntie has a beautiful smile, Auntie has bright eyes. Of course, they're going to talk about Auntie has broad hips. I don't think that's just a Caribbean thing, but that's one thing. Up to today, I was minding my own business, walking to the photocopy at work, and somebody was like, "Look at hips," yeah. Auntie always keeps it real. So in this case, they talk about
Oh, Shona?
Melba's eyes, right?
Oh, Shona.
You probably know many people whom you could describe in a very interesting way. You may perhaps remember Calvin, they're just giving examples, by his prominent nose, Bill by his high forehead, Boise by his red hair, Dick by his irregular teeth. And you know, I don't think it's unique just to the Caribbean either, that people get nicknames based on how they look. Like my brother, you don't know that he has a brother. I don't talk about him often, yeah? I have a brother, he's about 15 years older than me. He lives in Canada. Hello, Ricky. Yeah, but his nickname is Funny Face. I think like he used to, like squint his eye or something so it would make one side of the face look funny. Yeah. Handsome young man, not so young though, but yeah, that's his. Or people call me tallies, tallness, those kind of things because I'm very tall. Or brown name, red woman, based on my complexion. You see? Those kind of things. Mary by her clear, shining eyes, Lydia by her dimples, Shirley by her long, thick plaits, Janet by her shrill voice, and so on. Many of these have certain little habits by which they can be identified. Bill is constantly blinking his eyes. Shirley walks with a bounce. Lydia has a permanent smile. Boise frequently shrugs his shoulders, and so on. Okay? So, in writing your descriptions, pay attention to the following points. Make a list of these describing words. Figure: tall, short, lanky, stout. Stout means like big, fat. Thin, frail, delicate, athletic, muscular, weedy, wiry, all those things mean thin. Erect, that means you stand straight, bent, stooped over. Sturdy, strong. Lusty, that's like how you sing or talk, I think. Stalwart, angular, drooping. They're really improving my vocabulary. Robust, once again, I mean strong. Brawny, husky. This is your voice, not too husky. A little kind of husky, like a kind of hoarse kind of voice. Manly, powerful, strapping, gigantic, deformed. Your face and head. Different shapes of your face. Round, oval, long, small, square jawed, thin, fat, bullet face. That must be very small and round. Flat, wrinkled, wizened. I like that word wizened. That is once again wrinkled. You talk about being wise. You're thinking about people like experience. Or you're wise not because you've experienced a lot. Forehead: narrow, flat, bulging, receding, wrinkled, wide, prominent, high. Nose: long, flat, bulging, snub. Snub, that's like, yeah, broad there. Straight, brown, straight, broad, small, enormous. Bulbous, once again, big. Aquiline is eagle-like. You know the eagle's beak? Yeah, some people do have a nose like that. Hooked. Hair: kinky, wavy, curled, matted, meaning it needs combing. Straight, coarse, fine, tidy, unkempt. Doesn't look tidy. Tangled, brown, gray, silvery, auburn, golden. Long, silky bobbed, like in a bob haircut. Plaited, beaded, dyed, bleached. Eyes now: clear, bright, large, small, brown, green, gray. Sly, merry. Sly eyes, that's interesting. Beady, shifty, always looking around. Twinkling bright, sparkling round, almond shaped, impish. Impish eyes. Is that like small eyes? Skin: black, brown, dark, tanned, he's snoring too. Swarthy, dusky red bronze, sunburnt, fair, pale, florid. I can't remember what florid means. Ruddy, rough, smooth, freckled, pimply, blotchy, bumpy. Mouth and lips. Wide, thick, big, small, cruel mouth. That must look like kind of stern. Thin, pouting, tremulous, always kind of shaking. Character, kind of things Auntie pays attention to. Humble, kind hearted, proud, haughty, vain, greedy, selfish, cheerful, miserable, gloomy, always sad and glum, affectionate, honest, charming, spiteful, mean, loyal, generous, sincere, detestable, lovable, earnest, stubborn, obstinate, fanatical, enthusiastic, timid, bold, excitable, impetuous. Impetuous, always doing things like on impulse. Timorous, that's a word for Auntie to look up. I don't know if it means like timid, right? Let me write that down. Timorous, I like it. Withdrawn, like kind of shy, always like to be by yourself. Outgoing, quarrelsome, miserable. Rude, crude, adventurous, mischievous, courageous. Courageous is brave. Clothing. So here they're saying you can think about different kinds of garments you have seen, make a list of it, and also different materials. Remember that clothing often tells a great deal about a person. Yeah, the way you dress speaks about you. You could be what? A creative person, a very laid back, relaxed kind of person. You could be a person that likes to be very formal. You could look reserved. You could look more casual and out today. You can look like you have a bold, colorful personality. Yeah, our clothes tell a lot. Make a list of these or mannerisms. Make a list of these from your own observations of people, characters in films or TV shows, and from characters in the books you read. So there's a good exercise, as I said, to stimulate your mind, get your creativity going, and so on. Improve your powers of observation, your different senses. Yeah. So, like as you go about your daily things you have to do and so on, you just don't want to be rushing through and focusing. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Take time to observe things. Right now, I'm looking at someone walking across the road here, and you can see the person looks like pretty relaxed, you know. Then I might see another person walking with like a greater sense of urgency. Or I might see children running by and playing, so different things like that. Oh, voice, low, high pitch, squeaky, sweet, shrill, hoarse, deep, harsh, grating, rasping. Once again, a kind of horsey sound. Tenor, bass, agreeable. You know, our voice is very important. You could have an agreeable voice, pleasant. Like people tell me I have a nice voice, like soothing. Yeah. Melodious, husky, raucous. You have a raucous laugh, like that's a real, like a real laugh. I don't even know how to describe it, but certainly a a loud laugh, a colorful with a lot of personality kind of laugh. Like probably when you laugh, it's contagious. You make others laugh. Sepulchral. What obviously has to do with sepulcher. I got to look up that too. I love that Auntie's learning along with everybody too, you know. Nasal, like you sound like you're speaking through your nose, and guttural, coming from down in your guts. And last of all, we have teeth. Straight, gleaming, shining, irregular, projecting, sticking out, prominent, maybe big, uneven, or well brushed. So we're going to actually do an exercise now. I'll come back in another video and do that. So obviously I'm gonna have to wake up Sleeping Beauty over here.